Dr. Emily Carter's heart pounded as the excavation drill struck something solid far beneath the surface. The unusual resonance reverberated through the ground, sending a chill down her spine. "Stop the drill!" she shouted, her voice tinged with urgency. The team obeyed immediately, exchanging puzzled glances as they turned their attention to the site. "Emily, what do you think it is?" asked Dr. Mark Ramirez, his skeptical eyes scanning the exposed area. His wariness was palpable, a stark contrast to Emily's barely contained excitement. Emily knelt beside the excavation, her fingers tracing the strange, metallic surface. "This isn't just rock," she murmured, her mind racing with possibilities. "It's something else, something extraordinary." The team worked meticulously, uncovering more of the buried object. What emerged was a colossal, alien spaceship, its sleek, intricate design unlike anything they had ever seen. As they pried open a hatch, a gust of cold air escaped, revealing an interior that was astonishingly pristine. Inside, they discovered a chamber housing a large cryogenic pod. Emily's breath caught as she peered through the frosted glass. Inside the pod lay a young alien girl, her features delicate and serene, encased in a shimmering stasis field. "Is she alive?" Mark whispered, a mix of awe and apprehension in his voice. Emily nodded, her mind already working through the implications. "We need to wake her," she said decisively. "This could be the key to understanding everything." Mark hesitated. "Are you sure that's wise? We have no idea what we're dealing with. We can't let fear hold us back," Emily retorted, her eyes blazing with determination. "This is a once-in-a-lifetime discovery." With cautious precision, they began the revival process. The chamber lights flickered to life, and the pod hissed open. The alien girl's eyes fluttered, then opened wide, filled with a mix of confusion and fear. Emily stepped forward, her voice gentle. "Hello, my name is Emily. We're here to help." The girl's gaze darted around the room, her lips trembling as she struggled to speak. "Lyra," she finally managed, her voice barely a whisper. "My name is Lyra." As Lyra's eyes adjusted to her surroundings, she began to tell her story in halting, broken English. Her civilization, once flourishing across galaxies, had been decimated by a catastrophic event, forcing them into hiding. She was the last of her kind, sent into cryogenic sleep to preserve her knowledge and culture. Emily listened, her heart aching for the young alien. "We'll do everything we can to help you, Lyra," she promised. But not everyone shared Emily's enthusiasm. News of the discovery spread quickly, sparking fear and debate within the scientific community. Some saw the alien technology as a threat, fearing it could lead to catastrophic consequences. Others, like Emily, believed it could propel humanity forward, offering unprecedented advancements. As the team continued to explore the spaceship's vast chambers, tensions rose. Emily's drive to uncover the truth clashed with Mark's growing apprehension. The central conflict was clear: the promise of incredible knowledge versus the fear of unknown dangers. Yet, amidst the rising tension, a bond began to form between Emily and Lyra. The young alien, despite her sorrow, revealed a hidden strength and a deep well of knowledge. Emily's determination to protect and understand Lyra grew, setting the stage for a journey that would challenge them both. The chapter ended with Emily and Lyra standing at the edge of the spaceship's opening, looking out over the harsh, desolate landscape of Xanda. The setting sun cast long shadows, hinting at the challenges and discoveries that lay ahead. "Together, we'll find a way," Emily whispered, more to herself than to Lyra. In that moment, amidst the alien wonders and human fears, a new path began to unfold, driven by curiosity, courage, and the unyielding quest for knowledge. The ground trembled beneath their feet, and a deafening roar filled the air. Emily instinctively threw herself over Lyra as chunks of debris rained down from the ceiling. "What's happening?" she shouted over the noise. Mark's voice was strained with fear. "We're under attack. Someone doesn't want us here."
Emily's mind raced. They had just begun to grasp the significance of their discovery, and now it was all at risk. Get Lyra to safety, she commanded, helping the disoriented girl to her feet. The team scrambled to the spaceship's inner sanctum, a fortified area Emily hoped would shield them from the assault. As they secured the door, Emily could see the fear in Lyra's eyes. "Stay close to me," she said, trying to sound reassuring. "We'll protect you." Mark checked the perimeter. "We need to figure out who's behind this and why." Emily nodded, her expression hardening. "First, we secure the ship. Then we find out who's trying to stop us." The interior of the spaceship hummed with latent energy, its walls pulsing with an eerie glow. Emily activated a holographic interface, scanning for any signs of immediate danger. The ship's advanced systems responded, displaying a map of their surroundings and highlighting several hostile entities outside. "Looks like a paramilitary group," Mark observed, his face grim. "They must have gotten wind of our discovery and decided to take matters into their own hands." Emily's mind was already working through solutions. "We need to use the ship's defenses. Lyra, can you help us?" Lyra nodded, her confidence growing. "Yes, I know the systems. I can guide you." With Lyra's guidance, they activated the spaceship's defensive mechanisms. Turrets emerged from hidden compartments, and an energy shield enveloped the ship. The attackers were caught off guard, their advance halted by the unexpected resistance. Emily watched the monitors, her heart pounding. "That should buy us some time. We need to contact our base and get reinforcements." Mark set up a communication link. "This is Dr. Mark Ramirez at the Zanla excavation site. We are under attack and need immediate assistance." "Repeat, we need immediate assistance." The response crackled through the static. "Copy that, Dr. Ramirez. Reinforcements are en route. Hold your position." As the minutes ticked by, the tension in the room was palpable. Emily paced, her thoughts racing. They had discovered something monumental, and now they were fighting to protect it. "Emily," Lyra's voice broke through her thoughts. "Thank you for trusting me." Emily stopped and turned to her, her expression softening. "We're in this together, Lyra. Your knowledge is invaluable, and we're going to make sure it's preserved." Suddenly, a new thread emerged on the monitors. A group of attackers had breached a weak point in the ship's defenses. Emily and Mark exchanged a grim look. "We need to stop them here," Emily said, determination in her voice. They moved to intercept the intruders, the spaceship's corridors dimly lit by the pulsing alien lights. The air was thick with tension, every sound amplified in the enclosed space. As they approached the breach, Emily's mind flashed back to the day they had discovered the spaceship. It had seemed like the culmination of her life's work. Now it was a battleground. She tightened her grip on her makeshift weapon, her resolve unwavering. The clash was intense but brief. The paramilitary intruders, unprepared for the ship's advanced technology and the team's resolve, were quickly subdued. Emily's heart raced as the last of the attackers were restrained. The immediate threat neutralized, Emily took a deep breath. "We did it," she said, her voice a mix of relief and determination. "But this is just the beginning. We need to understand who sent them and why." As they regrouped, the ship's defenses held steady, and the reinforcements from their base were on the horizon. Emily knew that the discovery of the alien spaceship and Lyra was a turning point, one that came with significant risks and challenges. But with Lyra by her side and her team's unwavering support, she was ready to face whatever came next. The future of humanity, and perhaps even the remnants of Lyra's civilization, depended on their next steps. A sudden explosion rocked the spaceship, jolting Emily awake. Her heart raced as she scrambled to her feet, the acrid smell of smoke filling the air. "We're under attack again." Mark's voice echoed through the corridors. Emily's pulse quickened. The paramilitary group had returned with greater force, determined to seize or destroy the alien technology. She grabbed a communication device. "Lyra, we need your help in engineering." Can you get there safely? Yes, Lyra replied, her voice steady despite the chaos. I'll meet you there. Emily navigated through the dimly lit corridors, the ship's lights flickering as it absorbed the impact of the assault. She found Mark and Lyra already at the engineering bay, working frantically to stabilize the ship's systems. The shields are failing, Mark said, his voice tense. We need to reroute power from non-essential systems. Lyra, can you do that? Emily asked, her eyes locking onto the young alien's determined gaze. Lyra nodded, her hands moving swiftly over the controls. I can. Give me a moment. The ship's hum deepened as Lyra diverted power, the shields gradually strengthening. Emily felt a surge of hope. We need to hold them off until reinforcements arrive. Outside, the attackers intensified their assault. The ship's turrets fired back, but the onslaught was relentless. Emily's mind raced for a solution. We need to hit them where it hurts. Mark, do we have any offensive capabilities left? Mark nodded. There's one thing. The ship has an experimental weapon, but it's risky. If we fail, it could overload the entire system. We have no choice, Emily said firmly. Lyra, can you guide us? Lyra's eyes shone with determination. Yes, I can. Together, they activated the weapon. The ship's core glowed brightly, energy surging through its veins. Emily watched the monitor, her breath held as the weapon charged. Steady, steady, she murmured. A blinding beam shot out from the ship, striking the enemy's central command. The attackers scattered, their formation breaking apart. Emily exhaled, relief flooding through her. We did it. Mark slumped against the console, exhaustion etched on his face. That was too close. Lyra smiled weakly. We're safe for now. As the immediate threat subsided, Emily's thoughts turned to the larger conflict. Who were these attackers, and why were they so determined to seize the ship? She needed answers, and fast. We have to find out who's behind this, Emily said, her voice resolute. Lyra, is there any way to access their communications through the ship's systems? Lyra nodded. I can try. Give me a few minutes. Emily watched as Lyra worked, her fingers dancing over the alien keyboard. The ship's systems hummed in response, screens lighting up with intercepted messages. Mark leaned in, his eyes scanning the data. Looks like a rogue faction, he said. They call themselves the Vanguard. Their goal is to control advanced technologies to reshape the world order. Emily's jaw tightened. We can't let them succeed. We need to contact our allies and prepare for their next move. Lyra's voice was soft but firm. We have to work together. My people faced a similar threat. Only through unity and shared knowledge can we prevail. Emily placed a hand on Lyra's shoulder. You're right. We'll fight this together. As they prepared for the next phase of their mission, the tension in the ship began to dissipate. Emily felt a renewed sense of purpose. The discovery of Lyra and her spaceship had changed everything, but it had also brought new challenges. With Lyra's help, they would unlock the ship's secrets and use its technology to defend their world. The future was uncertain, but Emily was ready to face it head-on. Together, they would stand against the darkness, armed with knowledge and the unyielding spirit of discovery. The ship's alarm blared through the corridors, jolting everyone into action. Emily raced to the control room, her mind whirling with the sudden urgency. Report, she shouted as she burst through the door. Mark was already at the console, his face pale. The Vanguard is back, and they've brought reinforcements. They're launching a full-scale assault. Emily's heart pounded. We need to hold them off until our allies arrive. Lyra, can we boost the shields any further? Lyra's fingers danced over the alien controls. I'll divert all available power. It will leave us vulnerable internally, but it's our best chance. Emily nodded. Do it. We can't let them breach the ship. The ship's shields flared to life, glowing with an intensified energy as they absorbed the impact of the Vanguard's attack. The ground beneath them trembled with each hit, but the shields held firm. Emily felt a flicker of hope. Mark's voice cut through the tension. "We've intercepted a communication. The Vanguard plans to use an EMP to disable our systems. If they succeed, we'll be defenseless." Emily's mind raced. "We need to counteract it. Lyra, can your technology neutralize an EMP?" Lyra's brow furrowed in concentration. "It's possible. There's a device in the engineering bay that could work, but it's risky. It could overload the ship's core." Emily's eyes met Lyra's. "We don't have a choice. Let's get it done." They raced through the corridors to the engineering bay, the ship shuddering with each blast from the Vanguard's assault. The air was thick with tension and the acrid scent of overheating circuits. Emily's adrenaline surged, every sense heightened. Lyra led them to a large, complex machine. "This is it. We need to calibrate it precisely to counteract the EMP." Mark began connecting wires while Lyra adjusted the settings. Emily stood by, ready to assist, her heart pounding. "Hurry, they're getting closer," she urged. The ship's lights flickered as the device powered up. Lyra's hands moved swiftly, her expression one of intense focus. Almost there, a sudden jolt shook the ship, throwing them off balance. "They've breached the outer hull," Mark shouted, panic edging his voice. Emily's determination solidified. "We have to finish this. Now." Lyra made the final adjustments and activated the device. The ship hummed with energy, a low vibration that built to a crescendo. The EMP countermeasure deployed, sending a wave of energy rippling outward. Outside, the Vanguard's ship sputtered and went dark, their systems fried by the counterattack. Cheers erupted from the control room as the immediate threat dissipated. Emily let out a breath she hadn't realized she was holding. Mark slumped against the console, exhausted but relieved. "We did it. We actually did it." Lyra smiled, her eyes shining with gratitude. "We worked together. That's what made the difference." Emily nodded, feeling a profound sense of accomplishment. "We still need to figure out who's leading the Vanguard and put an end to this for good." Just then, a transmission came through. "This is Admiral Henson of the United Earth Fleet. We've received your distress signal and are en route to provide assistance. Hold tight." Emily's heart swelled with relief. "Thank you, Admiral. We'll be ready." As they regrouped, Emily looked around at her team and their alien ally. The discovery of Lyra and her spaceship had brought unprecedented challenges, but it had also forged new alliances and strengthened their resolve. "We've come a long way," Emily said softly. "But this is just the beginning. Together, we'll protect this knowledge and ensure it's used for the greater good." Lyra nodded, her expression hopeful. "My people believed in the power of unity. I'm glad to see it's still alive." Emily placed a hand on Lyra's shoulder, feeling the weight of their shared journey. "With your help, we'll face whatever comes next." As the United Earth Fleet's ships appeared on the horizon, Emily felt a surge of hope. The future was uncertain, but with their combined strength and determination, she knew they could overcome any obstacle. Together, they would forge a new path, blending human ingenuity with alien wisdom to face the challenges ahead.